This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I should give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into part 3, and this is why we teach prophecy. You know, to go into the time of prophecy, and also those
choose to lean into it.
We're going to stay focused on those ICBMs. Alright, so without further ado, let's start off today in the book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Right, okay, so this is also going to the plague. Okay, the plague, because remember, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to plague Egypt with plagues as before, talking about America. Okay, so the same way that Yahweh took down, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai plagued Egypt, okay, the Lord's going to plague America, you know? So there's a lot of things coming down the pipe. In those days, some men seek death. So people are going to want to off themselves. They're going to want to, they're going to want to be deleted, but they're not going to be able to. All right, and shall not find it, because the Yahweh Bashim outside, he controls life and death. So, yeah, let's say if somebody wanted to try to whatever, jump off the building, kind of high, or for instance, not eat a puppet. They will not die. It'll take them a while. Like say if someone was there's situations out there where people try to shoot themselves because when they survive, the Lord is going to keep that spirit alive. Okay, a lot of these wicked deals out here, because the easy way for a lot of people to do is just kill themselves. So that's what that's Moabites are known for doing that. Okay, are known for just, I'm just gonna off myself. But the Lord's not gonna allow that. Alright? Yeah, your spirit's still gonna be remain in you. Yeah. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it. See that? So people, it's gonna be so bad out here. They're just gonna, man, there's some movies out there that were, it got so bad that they take each other out and stuff. It's like, oh, we don't want to endure things. So that's exactly what's gonna happen in this time, because it's gonna be all this, all this right here happening with all these phonies out here, talking crap, all these false Israelite groups, Genesis, General Yohana, all these clowns. Okay, what you gotta understand is that all that's about to be shut down. Okay, it's truly gonna be a time like never before, where these phonies out here will not, they're not going to have any type of comfort. They're going to be completely screwed out here. In other words, so they're going to want to take their own lives, but the Lord's not going to allow them. Okay, the Lord can keep your spirit in you. You see? And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. So the Lord's not going to let people just, just kill themselves. Alright, that's how God's going to be out here. That people are just, I'd rather just commit suicide, because it's going to be that bad out here, where there's literally going to be no food, no access outside the city. People are going to be on full lockdown out here. Plagues, apparitions, demons, actually attacking people out here. Okay, remember, another thing that's going to happen is it's not just World War III, Civil War. Okay, the Lord is going to plague this place. Okay, you're about to see demons, apparitions, okay, darkness beyond this world's comprehension. You see, the spiritual realm, the Lord's going to open up the spiritual realm out here. Yeah, you know, and you know, the King of Terrors is about to unleash out here. Revelation chapter 9 verse 16. Okay, was just coming down a few verses. Okay, now this is right here to the ICBMs. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So okay, so right here, all right, this is John the Revelator. Okay, John the Revelator, he saw. This is how we know that it's going to be overkill here in America. So this is talking about, John the Revelator. He's describing how many nuclear warheads are going to hit America. Yep, absolutely. Okay, Revelation chapter 9 verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen, remember, because the ICBMs are the Lord's army. They are the Lord's people. They don't belong to nations and militaries out there. They do belong to the Holocaust and the tribe. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million. Okay, America is going to be hit with 200 million nuclear warheads. Okay, because you know, inside these ICBMs, sometimes they can like carry to like 10 to about 15 warheads at a time. You know, so there's going to be 200 million nuclear warheads that's going to hit America. It's going to be complete overkill out here, so you can understand. All right. Remember Iran? They said recently that they got something special for America. They said they got something special for America. They said, alright, you know, remember, they're friends with Russia. You know, they're friends with China. They're friends with North Korea. So they have top missiles, you know? And I heard the number of them. So, yeah, just, John the Revelator, he saw this, okay? And thus, it says and thus they saw the horse and the horse. Okay? And then that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and the branches, and the brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. Right, because, you know, John the Revelator is describing the missile, how it works, okay? Our breastplates, fire, basically describing, you know, like the type of metal it has. Alright, the heads of the horses were as heads of lions. As heads of lions. Okay? So, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. Because what's in the front of those missiles? Okay, the nuclear warheads. So that is, you know, what's the head of a lion, that's where the power's at. Because it's, you know, its teeth, its jaws. Okay, so same thing with the ICBMs. That's where their power is at. In the front. Okay, the nuclear warheads, you see? And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Here we go. Verse 18. By these three was the third part of men killed. By the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. Right, because the nuclear warheads comes out through the front. See?
Hey, I got a bunch of new planters from Etsy for spring.
Verse
Let me
19,
show you some of my favorites.
for their
Starting off
power
V
is
strong, I
in
got
their
this
mouth.
ceramic planter from my flamingo flower plant.
This is important. Revelation chapter 9 verse 19. For their power is in their mouth, because that's where the nuclear warheads are, and in their tail. So why is, you know, when you're looking at an ICBM, okay, why is your power in the mouth in the front? Because that's linked to the warhead there, and the tail. So the ICBM, why is there power on, in the back? Because that's the rocket. Okay, because the rocket, you see when Russia, North Korea, they did like the moon test their missiles. Okay, what's in the back? Oh, that rocket. They use fuel to go from one continent to the other. This is why this thing is called intercontinental ballistic missile. So the power is back. Okay? For their tails, they're like and have heads, and by them they do hurt. It's funny, and the rest of the movie, which were not killed by these plagues, plague. See? There's a plague to them. See? There's a plague. Okay, this is a major plague. See? And the rest of them, which were not killed by these plagues, this is the place and how about the great judgment. Yet repenting not of the word, of their hands, that they should not worship them and idols, okay, of gold and silver and brass and stone, and of wood, with wood, nor wood nor rock. Right, so the Lord is telling you, Israelites, okay, by John the Revelator, that yes, you guys are worshiping idols. Okay, you got a lot of Christians and Catholics out there that have the Virgin Mary. Okay, they got you got the Virgin Mary right there. Inside people's houses. You got baby Jesus. Okay, they're supposed to represent Yahushua. It's a little so-called white baby right there, a little Edomite. They have angels and stuff. They have like statues. But they worship them. You're only supposed to worship Yahweh Shem Yahushua in truth and in spirit. Okay, this is why. The true believers of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're not over here praying to no statue. Okay, we have a poster of Yahushua, but that's just to get to show our people how the Lord looks. Okay, but we're not worshiping that poster. You see? Okay, because these idols are images. Okay, a lot of people they look at a picture and they pray to it. Okay, there's no one in that damn picture. What the hell's wrong with you? So a lot of people they worship images. They have the cross, they'll be praying to a statue. Remember how how a lot of Catholics out there, okay, you guys have those the rosary and stuff like that. You have the rosary on the cross. That's bugged out, okay? That's witchcraft, big time. Okay, this lets you know, we're just showing you, where you tribes are going off. Okay, that's that's heavy witchcraft. That the rosary and all that with the cross. That's a lot of the north especially. Okay, a lot of the north has that. They'll have it on their mirror in their car. They usually have the rosary right there. But I think they call it the rosemary or the rosary. It's it's kind of like a beaded necklace with a cross. They call it the rosary or rosemary, something like that. That's off. Just let you guys know out there. You're not supposed to have the cross at all. Okay, around your neck at the house. Okay, because that was a torturing device that our enemies did to crucify people. Alright? And this world they use that cross. It's what do you do by bringing that cross home, by bringing the statues home, is you're opening doors to the spiritual realm. you're welcoming inside your house unclean spirits. Okay, so you're bringing demons inside your house. This is what you're doing when our people do that. Okay, all right, just to clarify, edify on that, because that's big, especially with the Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom is big. Okay, Ephraim. Okay,
That little thingy booked the villa. This little thingy booked the hotel.
Very big, very big.
The Super Mario Galaxy.
So that's something you gotta understand.
First.
Mom!
Okay?
And that's why things are...
Alright. So, let me get again from the top. Revelation chapter 9, verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands. Right, because it's not from the Lord, it's from their hands. Okay, because they're, just to let you know that these religions are man-made. Okay, these statues and stuff are, it's not, there's not no God in there. These were made by people, by their hands. Okay, that they should not worship devils. Okay, you got our people worshiping Baal, Molech, okay, Baphomet, yeah, even like as well, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold, okay, and silver. So yeah, you could they may have like a gold statue or whatever, you're not supposed to worship them, because these people actually worship them, alright, and that's the thing that I know firsthand, because I was raised Catholic. I've been inside these big Catholic churches. They're bugged out, They even pay money before they pray. They give a couple dollars, then they light some candles, and then they pray to like an angel, or it'll be like an angel or something like that statue, and they'll pray right there, Yeah, it's bugged out, Or they'll be like a scene right there. They'll be like they're praying. Or a lot of times, they'll be the Virgin Mary. They'll have you like a picture of the Virgin Mary, or they'll have a picture of the Virgin Mary there, or they'll have like a statue of the Virgin Mary. That's completely bugged out. Yes, Mary was the biological mother of the Holocaust, but it's not supposed to work at all. Okay? Yes, she was the biological mother of the Holocaust. The only the Holocaust is okay? Remember, when everybody passes on, their spirit is that manifested to the Holocaust outside. Okay, no one can fight that body. Okay, that's why when people kill, there's nobody in that. When people will say, oh, I'm going to go visit my uncle or whatever that passed away, I'm going to go to the cemetery, there's nobody in there. Okay? Their spirit is what Yahweh Shimon Shai. Okay? So all these people worldwide are doing is because they're bowing down to idols, to stone. Okay? And that's what it says right here. Okay? And idols of gold and silver and brass and stone. Yeah. Because there's nobody inside there. Alright? There's nobody inside there. You guys, how many of you guys out there ever been to like an open casket? Okay? How many of you guys ever been out there to an open casket where you had to see like maybe a friend, a neighbor, loved one, whatever, and you seen the casket open and you seen their body there after they passed away? How many of you guys ever seen that? Okay. Alright. How many of you guys were like, hey, like, what the hell? Like, the person looks way different. Like, there's nobody in there. Like, that's not, like, my family member. Like, that he's totally bugged out, or she's bugged out. Okay, because her spirit or his spirit is not in there anymore. Okay, it's completely bugged out. It's bugged out, it's bugged out. Alright? That's a bugged out thing, because nobody is in there no more. Nobody is in there. you're literally looking at a dead carcass. You know? Yeah. So, because their spirit is gone. They are everybody. Okay, and that even includes these wicked ass Edomites out here. Excuse my Italian. Okay, and these heathens. All right, they even go through the hell about you know. Yeah, the Lord don't care for them. They're separated from us, Israelites, but everybody goes directly to the hell about outside. Look at the animals are still on the earth. Okay? Alright. And the field. Okay? So we go. Alright, so let's see who's in. Let's see who's in such a wood. Let's see who's in these stone, the stone. You know? So people worship like angels, the Virgin Mary, stuff like that, okay? Let's see. Which neither can see nor hear, because in our people they pray to the statue, they pray stuff, they look at the statue and pray. There's no they need it. Okay? Which neither can see, so they can't see it. So nor hear, nor what. Okay? Meaning what? There's nobody in there. Our people are praying to, the Apostle, or praying to the Virgin Mary, or whatever, or treasury. There's nobody in there, because idols go to images. This is very important. All right.
Hello?
This is Tex Hearthstone from Lego Galaxy at Legoland.
Verse 21. Neither repented they of their murder, nor of their sorcery. So that's big, okay? Because a lot of our people are witches and warlocks. Okay, there is a lot. Okay, there is a lot in the tribe of Issachar. It's big, witches. The tribe of Levi. It's very heavy. And the things that, celebrities, like Beyonce, Big Time Witch, Jay-Z, Warlock is one of the male witch, but it's very real, very real. Yep, make no mistake, nor of the fornication, nor of the death. So now let's go to that prayer comment. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12. This is another scripture to let you know that these missiles are just not just from World War II, World War III. Okay, these are the Lord's army. Okay, this is a prophecy, but also this is a major place that the Most High is creating the power of the creation. So it's major. Alright, so not only is it the second death, not only is it the holiday, okay, but it's a place, it's a judgment, okay? So this is prophecy, baby. Alright? Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12, and this will be the place, okay? Where was the Lord's power, while singing outside, there's not all the people that they said, Jerusalem is a people of the alright, so the Lord is okay? But, all Israel is the people is that how much mercy the Lord has on his people? That all of us, the people but even trying to, betraying the Lord, betraying and having the prophets killed. Alright, the Lord still didn't allow them to listen to second round. That's it. Their flesh There you go. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Okay? And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Okay, man, you know, that's a very, this is a very, very, heavy thing that's about to happen, you know, and we're right here, where we just, we're waiting on that, on these elites to make the, to mandate the RFID chip, make that mandatory. Because remember, that is the mark of the beast. You know, make no mistake. Okay, and that's it's right here. It's right here. Because right now, what do you see? Okay, the two major things that our enemies are pushing on the left-hand side is what? Okay, the AI race. You know, because they're pushing for everything to go digital, everything to go to the RFID microchip, right? Okay, you know, everything's going digital. Everything's just going towards that chip. What else? These nations are racing for what? Nuclear missiles. Why? Because that's two major prophecies that we're waiting on. Okay? World War III to be in full bloom. Because the Lord's going to fire off these missiles. And that chip to be made mandatory. Remember, the Lord has our enemies literally racing to their destruction. Literally. And not only are they headed to their destruction, the Lord literally has them racing against each other. Just what the Lord's wiping out. Remember what happened with Pharaoh? Okay? He had the Pharaoh, Russia. He had the Pharaoh come and fight Pharaoh. Just like our enemies are Spaniards. You know, they didn't come and fight Pharaoh. Just so the Lord can get the upper side. Boom. Bam. You know? Boom. You know? Bam down. Same thing with the Pharaoh. What was he doing? What he did, you know, tragedy. No, he was trying to get us. He was trying to kill us. Okay, what happened when he came and hit first? The Lord got him. Got him. You know, not all of them. So Pharaoh and 40 years. Not one survived. Okay, so that's what the Lord's going to do for our enemies. Except that this time, so the Lord's going to kill multiple. Alright? But there's going to be a small selected number of, okay, starting with the, Rothschild, on down, global elite. Okay, you're going to, how about, decide most definitely responsible? Because, remember, our enemies, they got to clean this place up. So the planet Earth is completely destroyed. You know, they are destroying the Lord's planet. Because there's a lot of things to imagine all this concrete, okay, all this asphalt.
Shop
Okay,
anniversary
all this
deals
has
only
to be
$64 a month
destroyed.
for 60 months during
Alright,
Ashley's
this is
anniversary
all,
sale going
it's
on
all
now.
poison, it's
Score
all
amazing
hazardous.
deals on everything
Okay,
you
that's
love.
why
Plus
these
pay no
animals, these fishes, be, it's so bad that fishes, in whales, they be, like walking to the shore and stuff, because the water is so polluted. It's very bad. Very bad, it's very bad. Alright, so, let me just, let's see if I can get it here. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Let me just kind of get out of here if I could. I'm going to show you guys those, the ICBMs real fast. And then, let's see. Let's go to that, Terminator 2. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, 91. Okay, let's see if we can see the one with, Sarah Connor on that, Sarah Connor. Okay. Yep. Sarah. So, give me a second here. Okay. The time. Sarah Connor. Bam. Fire. On fire. On fire. Bear with me. Let's see if they got it. Those images. Bam. There we go. Okay, so this is that Zechariah, 14 verse 12. Okay. All right. you know. But yeah, it's gonna be worse than that, because not only is her flesh gonna come off the bones, or people's flesh gonna come off their bones, but also your bones are also gonna uh, turn to powder. You see? Yeah, this is a scene right there in Terminator 2. See that? But that's really gonna happen. Okay, that's that Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12. The very real thing. Okay, let's see here, and these are the Lord's missiles. Okay. Here they are. Okay, just to let you know that this is exactly what we're talking about. Okay, because yeah, Nate from the IUIC, he's a complete clown, you know. But that's alright, you know. There must be false prophets, you know. But this just to let you know, these things. Look at how big they are, man. Look at where are we at here? look at those people's individuals. Look how big that missile is, you know. Just look at that, huh? And there's tons of them, you know, around the world. All right, and the Lord's gonna have these things go from one continent to the other. All right, remember, like John the Revelator saw. All right, like we just read in Revelation chapter 9, because in the front, that's where the warheads are, but in the back, this is why there's power in the back. Okay, why in the tails? Because that's where the rocket's at, to launch them from one continent to the other. See? Yeah, because they have to launch. That's why there's power in their tails, which is the back, because that's where the rocket's at. Because it needs to go. It's a rocket, you know. It's fuel, because it needs to go from one land to the other. You know, from one location to the other. You know, it needs to go from over here to over there. You know. So this is what John the Revelator saw. Okay, to let you know, these ICBMs is a major deal. You know, just to let you know that the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we do know. Okay, when these things are happening, it's very soon. Okay, we got a little time left, but it's, you know, because remember, that chip has to be made mandatory. But we're right here. Okay, we're just waiting for martial law. Okay, the society to collapse, the FRNs. Okay, because remember, our enemies had to bring in the RFID microchip. Okay, after that, that's pretty much it. You know, because you can already see that. Okay, these troops are already getting you know, they're already getting you know, shipped out there, American troops, and you know, things are getting heated. All right, and it's only gonna escalate. Remember that. Okay, so remember, you know, we're right here. Okay, we're right here, you know, where we don't have much time left, but there is still a little time, you know. But you know, things can happen. Something can happen at any moment, you know, where Russia or China or Iran, they can retaliate, you know, on America and activate sleeper cells, because we are in the time of judgment. We are already in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and our people, you guys can already see that if you're watching what's going on with ICE. Okay, who are they targeting? Our people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so we are already in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, you know. But it's gonna get much worse, much worse. Okay, all right. So with that, that's it on part 3. On this is why we teach prophecy. On your feet, soldier. Shalom.